Hello, tinkerers and engineers. This is ChrisDash. Welcome back to the Steamworks. I hope that you all have been having a great week. I've been having a great short week here. And by short week, I mean a short week at work. Because it was only a 3-day week. 2.5 really for me. Not really half, but 2 and a little bit less because I come home early one day in order to accommodate Mrs. Dash's work schedule. So anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day. And I found something yesterday that I had to add to my wish list for Stream gear. There is a desk, not a desk mounted like spring stand microphone stand, but there's a microphone stand that can go on your desk that actually has a boom arm on it, which makes me very excited because then I could actually, sit back here and actually be able to have my voice still carry the same into the microphone so I wouldn't have to lean forward. I could actually relax while I was playing, which would be cool. In the meantime, let's switch on over. Also, so I spent the last pennies of my money. I was like, I'm done buying games for the rest of the year after December and January because all the best sales happened. And then I bought one more game. I bought Evoland because it looked amazing. Evoland is it's an adventure kind of Zelda type-ish game, but it changes the gameplay to fit different eras of gaming. So it starts off in like Game Boy-ish look or Nintendo look, and then it moves all the way up to 3D. It looked so cool, and so I had to get it. That, and it was 75% off. Unfortunately, the good old games sale is over as of today. I love good old games. It's like my favorite place to get games. I think I'm going to do some more grinding. You might say, why? I'm like, well, I still think I need to do a little bit more work. I still think I need some work. I think I want to do like 2 more levels. 2 levels! Sorry, that stuck in my hand. Alright. So, away we go. And we're going on up. And we're going to continue to take out this guy over here. Because the world just has it out for this poor soldier. Alright, see, like, something's going on with my button sensitivity. Or I'm not pressing my buttons hard enough, but I just got this controller. Alright. So what I'm doing is I'm just playing around with my controller because it felt like there were some button sensitivity issues. Back to business. So yeah, I'm going to be grinding it out a little bit today. So that's something that I found, though, that I definitely added to my list of items to buy for the Steamworks this year. I would like to, if I had my druthers. If I had my way, I didn't use that correctly about the druthers. But if I had my way, I would love to get a very specific microphone. And it's not to say this microphone sounds bad, but there is a very specific microphone that I've wanted ever since way back in the day that I did podcasting. And it is just, basically, it is a very high-end, expensive microphone. So maybe not like $1,500 high end, but like $300 and something high end. So it's still a quite expensive mic. But you need a stand to put it on that makes it so they can get in the ideal position for your voice as well. See, it kept swinging even after I stopped hitting the button. That's weird. But yeah, so I mean that's one of the goals that I have, is to slowly upgrade the equipment here at the Steamworks over time. And then once I get the equipment kind of where I generally want it, I'm just going to kind of put money in savings. Because you know computers break. You know that one day my stream machine is going to die. And when the stream machine dies, I'm going to need to replace it. And I can't replace it with cheap stuff, because if you replace a good computer with cheap stuff, it's not going to... Backing up. If you replace a good computer with cheap stuff, it's not going to work as well for you. I mean, and eventually, who knows, maybe I'll reach the point where I build a computer that makes it so that I don't have to have a 2-computer stream. But I kind of prefer the 2-computer stream. I prefer having one computer just for the gaming and one computer for the stream, because it makes it a little bit easier from a visual perspective. And also, for example, the... what do you call it? You don't have as much strain on the hardware. So eventually what I probably want to do is save up a really good amount of money for a good, stream desktop machine. And then after that, because I just replaced the laptop earlier in 2018, I shouldn't have to replace this for a little while at least. And what I'll do, I would probably want to get a real gaming laptop that would cost me, again, probably about $1,200 to $1,500 at minimum. But that's super long term. The computer that I'm using as a stream computer, it's actually a little bit on the older side, but it is still solid in terms of how it performs. So I don't anticipate having to replace it anytime soon. There's one hard drive that I think it's a storage drive that might be kind of wonky. But everything else is pretty solid still. Thank you. So I hope everybody's having a great day, though. One of the things that, I've been doing is I've been trying to be more active on Twitter. And the reason for that is that, I'm finding that, first of all, it's harder to get into... Well, there's a lot of negativity on Twitter, let's be honest. But to me, it gives me a moment to... I find that I can sit there and have time to think about what I say before I say it. So, if I'm tempted to be this person, it's frustrating, or this person's a jerk, or this, that, and the other, I take a step back and I'm like, do I really? No, I don't. Nope. No, I don't. Nope, don't need to say it. So it's one of those things where you just over time learn what to say, what not to say. And you learn how to actually slowly become a better person. Because really, if you're reactionary all the time, if you're always reacting to everything, I'm always reacting to everything all the time, and I don't think about what I'm doing, then you're going to have a hard time. And I used to have that problem in life when I was younger, you know, so. Hey, Sudden Warrior. Welcome back to the Steamworks. I hope that you're having a pretty good day. But yeah, so like last night I had some time and I actually managed to get to watch some streamers, specifically Surlay. And Surlay just seems like he has a good time. Your day is okay? Just chugging along? Now, I know you said you might take a break from Twitch for a while, but have you been playing anything for fun? Sudden Warrior is my first and only mod, unless you count the Steamworks, or not the Steamworks, the Streamlabs bot account and my other Streamlabs bot account. So, what you playing? What you playing? You punk. There you go. I was just saying I just bought one more game. As if I don't have enough. If you look at my Twitter feed from the past like month, I've made like 4 bulk game purchases from Good Old Games. And yesterday was the last one, and it wasn't a bulk game purchase, it was a single game purchase. It was Evoland. Which is awesome because you get to play through video game history. Yes, I'm grinding it out again because I really want to get a couple more levels before I go back and fight the twin brothers. Oh, that did not work as... Rolling this way. Don't roll off the cliff. There we go. So what you playing? What you playing? Anything good? But yeah, I don't know, like, the majority of my goals for this year, in regards to stream, have to do with, again, improving the graphics, improving the hardware, and once the graphics are in place, just figuring out, not necessarily, I don't want to say persona, because I'm not going to change my personality, you know, but just how to play with the theme once I have it in place, how to really cement it rather than just having the... Darn it! Rather than just, like, occasionally making reference to Steamworks, how can I really turn it into something that I can play with and, you know, run around with? So, yeah. There's that. But, yeah, if you like adventure or, like, Zelda-type, you know, role-playing games... I don't know, what would you call Zelda? It's a platformer. It's a fantasy. It's a role-playing. What would you... Yeah, I'm farming again, Harry. I decided after yesterday that there's still something... I'm getting better, but I need to, first of all, not get overly confident. Because, like, the problem with yesterday was I went into it thinking, I might actually beat these guys this time. And it was like, that's your downfall. The minute that you start thinking, I might actually beat these guys, is when, for whatever reason, all of your timings get off and everything else. So I'm doing the safe thing. I'm going to farm a little bit more, probably 2 more levels. I know it's boring. Oh, well. But I'm going to farm a couple of levels today, and then if I have time, go back and fight the twin brothers. Wait for that to heal up, and oh, I did not expect that from you. I'll take the Titanite shard though. That guy always drops a Titanite shard. Like, always. We're down here on the soul farm. Down here on the soul farm. Down here on the soul farm. And it's a day. Down here on the soul farm. Down here on the soul farm. Down here on the soul farm today. Hooray! Oh, gosh. I love it. That was fun. See, like, I only hit the button 3 times there. So either this button is really sensitive. Yeah. It's just weird. Anyway. But yeah, I'm farming. Sometimes farming is, you know, important. Farming requires patience, you know. You can't just throw a seed in the ground and expect it to work. Yeah, you gotta first make sure that the ground is ready to receive the seed, and then you have to you know, break up any hard dirt, and you plant the seed, and then ow. That's what happens when I don't slam on my controller buttons fast. I get this situation where he's you. Alright, I need to move. No. No. What am I putting points into? Well, I think... So, here's the thing. I know that Dex soft caps at 40, but it still increases your attacks. I've generally, throughout the game, been splitting my points between mostly Dex, obviously. And then, well, let's just look at my stats right now. Endurance, Vitality, and Vigor. So, Vitality meaning the amount that you can carry. Endurance meaning the amount that of time you have before your green bar runs out, and vigor meaning the amount of actual health that you have. So that's what my loadout currently looks like in terms of attack power and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know if I want to put the point in vitality or not. I may not. But I know that I do want to put at least one more point in dexterity, unless strength would be of value. But I want to, you know, at least get 2 more points today. I haven't figured out what the best advantage will be. Wait for it to heal up. And yeah, gotcha. All right, there's another level right there. Time to go bank these. Well, not really bank them. I'm not banking them. I'm gonna go spend them because you can't bank them. Firelink Shrine. Head into the Firelink, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check that.
Welcome home, speak.
Oh.
Very well. Then take note.
Alright, so let's take a look at what strength does. So strength will up my weapon by 1 point, or my right hand weapon by 1 point. So will Dex. See, Dex does right hand weapon 1, 2, and 3. Strength does a little bit more. I'm looking at resistances as well. So that increases by 1, that increases by 1. So like, what's the fundamental difference between dexterity and strength? I'm just curious. In that they do very similar things. But I think... What increases poise? I'm just curious. Or does nothing increase poise? So faith does nothing but increase your defenses. Luck does nothing but increase item discovery and defenses. Intelligence increases defenses. Dexterity increases defenses and offense. Strength increases offense and attack. Vitality increases equip load and defense. Endurance increases stamina and defense. Attunement, I don't even know what attunement does. Oh, magic power. And vigor increases your overall HP. I don't have more weapons equipped. I have a few weapons that I've upgraded. So I have my Blood Scimitar, I have my Uchikatana, which is sharp, and I have, so it scales insanely with the dex. And then I have my Fire Sword that I just kind of rigged up at the last minute because I thought it would help me with some of the fights, and it really hasn't. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is the fundamental advantage of using dex versus or strength versus dex at this point. I mean, is it because I'm on the soft cap with dex? I mean, it really doesn't increase the attack power any more or less. Then obviously vitality would be so I could carry another point of armor, which isn't a major thing, but it may help. Well, they're not all equipped. Not all of my weapons are equipped right now. I only equip the weapons that I need. Because then otherwise you're carrying more than you need. Or you're credited with carrying more than you need, so... And actually, I gotta clean up my inventory anyway. So, I mean... I really don't see the major difference between dexterity and strength at this point. Both are... You know, I just happen to have lower points in strength versus dex. So, I mean, strength won't hit a soft... I mean, I'm at a soft cap for dex, I guess, but really, if you look, it's not... There's no major difference between the two. Which is weird. Why? I think it's just in the weapons you can use. And I really don't feel like upgrading a weapon all over again. Like a two-handed weapon. So... I think... my biggest focus might need to be... stamina and either strength or dexterity. Because, I mean, vitality, it really doesn't help. Like, I think I'm wearing the best armor I possibly can at this point, and getting 1 or 2 points more of armor isn't going to help me all that much. Increasing my health, I mean, when you increase your health, it just increases the amount. Yes, that's true, my weapons do scale with more dex. Well, 2 of my weapons do. 1 of them does not. So, yeah. Then I'm going to put it in dex and in endurance. Those are going to be my points. Because endurance increases my stamina by 2 points, which is kind of nice. So let's get the endurance up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back and do more grinding. Farewell, now depressed lady, because you can evidently see the darkness of what it looks like when the world is destroyed. And the fire is unkindled permanently. There was a land that was without fire, without life. And in this land, there lived a man This man was no ordinary man, for this man carried the will of the world within him. Little did he know the burden that he would come to bear, and the life that he would give up in order to save the lives of many. I don't know, I just made that up. His name was Batman. His name was Batman. Lego Batman movie was only okay. The first Lego movie was good. I don't know how the second one's gonna turn out. If anybody's seen it, let me know, but don't spoil it. Just... oh, darn it all. Did not... finally. I got you. Everyone lives. Everyone lives. Well, of course everyone lives. It's a Lego movie. Everybody lives sometimes. Gosh darn it, I want access to the Twitch Sings beta. But, you know, I know partners who aren't getting access to the Twitch Sings beta. So, like, what are the chances? It's like, yeah. Oh, you have an average of 2 to 3 per stream? Yeah, you're gonna wait. And you're gonna pay. Oh, you with your shield bashes. Thank you. I have enough Titanite where I could start working on another weapon, but like when your strength is already at 10 or 11, it really doesn't make sense to start like going with a strength weapon versus what you already have. And unfortunately, you can only infuse a weapon with one like thing. So I have sharp on this weapon because I discovered that sharp makes the weapon scale like infinitely more with dex. And rather, but it'd be nice if like you could have a sharp weapon that is also infused with fire or is also infused with lightning. Unfortunately, you can't do that. Otherwise, I mean, I would totally... You know, if you could do double infusions, I would totally upgrade this and put fire on it just because. But you can't do double infusions. So then I lose my sharp, and if I lose my sharp, I lose my ability to really leverage it with dex. There we go. Alright. Let's do it up. Oh, I did not roll fast enough. There we go. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I'm carrying a lot of junk with me. I've got to dump some junk when I sit down over here. I've got so much junk. All right, so let me get rid of some stuff really quick. I've got so much Titanite right now. See, like, look at this. Like, actually, I gotta see what this is. So, that's a simple gem. There's a crystal gem. Blessed gem. Lightning gem. Chaos gem. Fire gem. Blood gem. Poison gem. Hollow gem. And Shriving Stone, which undoes an infusion. And then I have some Twinkling Titanite, which is hard to come by. So yeah, I mean, it's... Let me just get rid of some of the stuff I don't use. So there's my fire short sword. There's my Sunlight Straight Sword. That can go. That's the one I'm using. That can go. 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 Alright. I did upgrade my crossbow a little bit. Or did I? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that's my light crossbow. There we go. Yeah, I didn't upgrade it. Alright. And get rid of all these shields. I'm doing this just to make my life easier. It's not actually serving a purpose. No! I was not done yet! This does not serve a purpose other than I just don't feel like carrying items around that I don't need. Do. And it's only a northern trouser. So I'm gonna get rid of this, and this. I am a warrior of sunlight. I'm part of every covenant. Praise the sun. Alright, there we go. Doesn't help me. Because only your equip stuff count against your carry anyway, but still. 1, 2... Ow! You're not supposed to do that. Bad monkey. Mr. Knight, you been a bad monkey. Alright. Don't get overzealous there, buddy. The knight has been a bad monkey. Has to be punished. We choose to do the harder things. I can't do the Kennedy accent yet. We choose to go to the moon and do the harder things. Yeah, it's a hard. The kind of Long Island, New York accent is a little bit tricky. Even though I live near there, to me it's very tricky. I find that I have a tendency to have more, like if I'm gonna slip into anything, in terms of a more formal accent, if anything, I tend to shift over towards the Boston type of accent. You know, park the car in the yard, or Worcester. You know, welcome to Worcester. Yeah, but I don't really have the hardcore Brooklyn or you know, Long Island type of accent. Now the funniest thing is, and I think this is I think it's gonna sound weird, but I think it's genetic, is that sometimes I'll actually go into a semi-Canadian accent and say, like, instead of saying about, I'll say it like a boot, or about, or about. Like I'll roll it, and it's really interesting. The other thing that I find with accents is that I have a very adaptive vocal personality, and what I mean by that is, if I were to go into a region of the South where there is a heavy, like, Southern drawl type of accent, I gradually start picking up that accent. It takes a week or two, but over time I start picking it up, and it's like my body naturally starts to mimic people around me. And I guess that is both an advantage and a disadvantage, because to most people I then sound like, you know, a person from Connecticut who is trying to sound like them. And that's not really what it is. It's that I naturally have a type of personality where, or just an inkling where my body starts to mimic the accent kind of automatically. It's like I lived in Louisiana for 7 months, and I started developing a little bit of a drawl. Now it's gone now, but I mean, I started maybe talking a little bit like, this. And it wasn't as over the top as we perceive. Oh, why did that roll not work? Thank you. So, I mean, I would have, this would almost be like natural in terms of the way that I would sound at the time. And right now I can feel it constricting my vocal cords, but at the time it worked pretty well. And it wasn't as pronounced either. It was more subtle. I can't do it as subtly as it used to be. But like when you try to do different accents, it does strain your vocal cords if you're not used to doing them. Especially if it's something more gravelly. But yeah, accents are weird things sometimes. The funniest thing to think about now, this is where it mows your mind. Yeah, don't mow your mind, please. But it blows your mind a little bit when you think about it. Is that when it sounds like somebody has an accent to you, it does not sound like they have an accent to them. It sounds like you have an accent. So like I sit there and I'm like, I wonder what an American accent like or a sounds like to a British person, like, because, or to anybody really, like what can you hear that says, oh yeah, that's an American? Like what in your brain like makes it sound like, the person is sharp or flat compared to the way that you speak? Yeah. I mean, that's the only way I can think of it in terms of an equivalent music wise. It's like somebody singing. When you hear somebody with an accent, it's like somebody singing and they're just slightly off pitch, and you don't know, like, they're not one full note off pitch. They're just like very ever so slightly. And I think that's the way we perceive accents. And so the question is, like, what does the way that I speak sound like to other people in the United States or in other countries? I would have hit him, but I had no more stamina left. I sound very American. That's America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are America. We police the world. We're the ones that export the most volume of stuff that can actually hurt people. This is true, by the way. I'm leaking freedom. Yeah, I'll bring freedom, all right. I'll bring freedom with my drones and missiles. That's how I bring freedom. Yep. I'm bringing freedom to the world. Oh, gosh. You know how much money the United States spends on making weapons? Do you know how much money we make selling weapons? I mean, drug cartels make less money than we do selling weapons. I mean, illegal arms dealers make less money than we do shipping weapons. Why? Because we can do it legally. We can make the weapons. We can sell the weapons. We can make the weapons that we sell. Heck, we can make the weapons and sell the weapons to people who we don't even get along with because we believe that it will help us in the long run. Of course, those weapons then end up in other people's hands, but you know who's looking. Yeah, our military has a big budget. It's funny, and this is not to get political, so I'm not, I'm going to tone this down for a minute, but they tried to audit the Pentagon, like the military spending, and the audit completely failed. Like, they couldn't even complete the audit because they could not find where all the money was going because it wasn't accurately kept. Like, records weren't accurately kept. It's just like basically they've been making up numbers. So at the end of the year, like, they just like kind of do a general estimate. When Congress said, how much did you spend last year? They would be like, we're we're going to give you a number. Yeah, let's see. What would sound good to Congress? Well, we want it to sound like we're using the money and we're spending more than they're actually giving us. So let's figure out what we can put in there. It's like me saying, somebody saying to me, oh, well, how much do you make in a year? And me wanting to sound good. So I like, bump up the amount by a few $1,000s, except with the military, you don't bump it up by a few thousand. You bump it up by a few million. Did not roll fast enough. Don't want to get in a corner. Ow. There we go. Broke you. So yeah, I wish if I could have just 1% of that military budget. Oh, that would make me very happy. Let's travel. Let's travel to the Firelink Shrine. So anyway, away from the political stuff, because
Welcome home.
yeah.
Very well.
Do you know what? Like, I've thought about like what I would do. I have actually thought about what I would do if I were to. Now, I don't play the lottery. I don't gamble. But like, they have these giant lotteries here in the United States that are multi-state lotteries, and some of them are. There was one of them that reached over $1 billion in value last year at one point. $1 billion lottery. And I always say to myself, what would I do? And the thing is that you have to think about it logically rather than think about it emotionally, because here's the thing, most people are like, oh, I would spend it, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do that, and that's how you find yourself broke in 5 years. So what I would do, rationally speaking, is so here's what I would do. I would form a trust, because in the United States a trust acts as kind of a buffer. A trust is where you establish basically a special kind of company, and that company is the one responsible for managing the money. So the company pays the taxes on the money. The company's responsible for investing the money. Now, granted, you are one of the trustees at the trust, so you have a say in where the money goes and what happens. But it's that company that has responsibility for the money directly for tax purposes and whatnot. So first of all, I would establish a trust and put all the money in the trust. Then I would pay all the taxes I owed on the money from the trust. Then what I would do is I would then through the trust pay off my house, and I would pay to update my house or whatever. And then what I would do is I would just, obviously I would get some good computer equipment for the stream and whatnot. Ooh, that was the double one. Stop with your junk. Where'd he go? Really? You went behind me. Well, I'm going to heal while I'm here. But I would actually give myself a salary. And I would say, okay, I want to make, I think, too soon. I want to make $100,000 a year. And that would be my salary. And you got to figure, with $100,000 a year, you can still do all the things that you felt that you could never do before. You could still travel all over the place. Especially if you don't have any expenses other than your house taxes. And electricity and whatnot. Alright, I gotta move. I gotta move back just a smidge here. Ow. There. That did it. Where is he? Those darn soul arrows. See, like last time when I was dealing with it, I would just like roll a ton. Yeah, I know. Easy clap. But the smartest thing to do, if you get money, is to get that money as far away from yourself and isolate it and just put yourself on an allowance, basically. So that's what I would do. And then I would hire a really good money manager to invest the money so that, hey, to invest parts of the money. And by a good money advisor, I mean, I do my homework, make sure that they don't have a history of, I don't know, stealing money. Make sure that they, are highly reputable in the legal, in the, market. And I would have them invest a good chunk of the money, in other things. I would, have a college fund set up for my son, and I'd have retirement money set up for me, like in a 401k or a Roth IRA. And that's what I would do. And then the rest of the money would just be, like I said, $100,000 a year income off of the money, and which is basically living off the interest. I wouldn't even need that much, to be honest with you. I could live off way less than that. But what I'm saying is that way you could still be able to spend the money as you want. How much does college cost? Depends on the college you go to. Community or like local colleges can be, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a semester. But when you start getting into like state level colleges, it could be, $20,000 to $30,000 a semester, or $10,000 to $20,000 at least. I am not timing my rolls very well yet. So, like $10,000 to $20,000 for a cheap college that is not a community college, and then when you start getting to the Ivy Leagues, well, then you could be paying, $50,000, per semester. And that's not including board. That's not including cost to live. Well, yeah, it's extremely expensive, which is why the student loan market in the United States is huge. There are so many people that then end up getting out of college, and they have this mountain of debt that they have to pay off, $40,000, $50,000, $70,000. They basically have a mortgage to pay off before they even have a house. It's pretty rough, So the best thing to do whenever possible is to save up money for school and to, work part-time through school and go to a cheaper, affordable school so that you can afford it. Because if you go to a community college for the first 2 years to get all your prerequisites out of the way, you got to figure that's only $10,000 for 2 years. Then you start getting into the school where, let's say, it's $10,000 per semester. So, you're paying $20,000 a year. You could still afford $20,000 a year. So then at the end of things, if you're doing the things smart, you basically end up paying, $60,000. There are cheaper ways as well. Like you can also you could study and test out of certain college classes, which is kind of nice. But you have to be able to study on your own. Where'd he go? Why is he teleporting so far away? That's like throwing my junk off. One. Why did that second roll not work? Ow. Oh. Yeah, I got the repost. Thank you. Oh, that was bad. Ooh. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to stick and heal. Yeah, something's going on. Because here's the thing, like, I'm hitting the controller with the right timing, and it's something's not responsive. I don't know if maybe I'm just not hitting it as well as I think I am, but something... And I don't want to do the typical thing and be like, it's the controller to blame, but it's, like, really weird. It also could be that I'm having a side conversation instead of focusing, but that... See, like... I'm just playing around to get a sense of, like, the lag and the sensitivity. Like, okay, you couldn't imagine paying that much. There are some people that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school in the United States. Hundreds of thousands. Yeah, I'll pass on that. Like, I don't want to ever spend that much. If my son wants to spend that much, if Mini Dash wants to spend hundreds of $1,000s, then he can figure out how to pay for it, because that's not going to happen. It's not. It's just not going to happen. Like, it's straight up not happening. Hello, good sir. Ow. Wait for him to teleport to me or do that. Oh, come on. It's paid by taxes here, so it's free. Yeah, but your taxes aren't free. That's all I could say. But yeah, that's a good thing. Take advantage of it. Wonder why I had my second microphone gain turned on when I don't have a second microphone. That's something else I'm going to upgrade this year. I may upgrade my mixer as well. Because right now I have a very basic 4-channel mixer, and I think I need a mixer that at least has an aux out so that I could start actually playing and talking to people. So that I could do what's known as a mix minus. Mix minus means only my voice gets sent back to everybody in the Discord, but people watching the stream can actually hear everything. Or what I could do is I could have, you know, I could have the Discord going through my laptop, my gaming laptop in the background, and then have the, you know, have that mix going out, have it use the laptop microphone. And that's what I've been doing, so that's good. You split audio. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that with a mixer that has aux sends or effect sends. Alright, Lorian, let's try this again. Sometimes I think I get too close to him. You're not dumb when it comes to streaming. It just, hey, You got to take time to grow. It's all it is. It's like, just like with everything, you got to learn. One. Where are you? Oh, come on. One. All right. 1, 2. Why am I not making that roll? You sneaky son of a gun. All right, I got to run. Oh. All right, now I got to heal. There we go. All right, I'm going to wait for you to get to a little closer. Or not, because I don't want to die from your... See, like, that's harder... I couldn't even... Yeah, but here's the problem, is that what I'm finding is I'm rolling into him, which prevents the roll. So, like, when he's double swinging, I'm missing the second roll. And some of the times I'm missing that second roll because I'm so up close to him that it prevents me from rolling. Stab attack is dodge to the side. Yeah. But here's the thing, like... The other day, do you know what it was? The other day I was tired. The other day when I was really tired, like on Wednesday when I was tired, or Monday when I was tired, I was like doing well, and whenever I'm actually awake, it doesn't work as well. I don't know. 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 I don't know where I'm gonna go and the volcano blow. That is a Jimmy Buffett song. Jimmy Buffett, the other famous artist of course, Margaritaville and Cheeseburger in Paradise. And also a cameo in the song It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, which is a country song by somebody else who I don't know off the top of my head, and I feel terrible, but oh well. Actually, I don't feel terrible. Country music just, I don't have an issue with it, it's just not as much of my thing. Actually, Sir Lay last night introduced me, because of music that he was playing on his stream, he introduced me to the band Ghost. Oh my friggin' gosh, that is awesome. Where'd he go? I can't stand the fact that he teleports behind you. Hi. Alright, you see, now that junk ticks me off. When he teleports and he lashes into the double attack. Alright. Oh, come on. That ain't even right, man. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. No. Oh, stop it. Thank you. Of course you would change position during that. Took away my hit from me. That makes me mad. Where'd he go? Why would he go over there? I'm gonna heal, I guess. I can't ever tell when he's doing a 3 combo versus a 2 combo. Stop doing that! Nope. Yeah, I think I just had a good day on that one particular day. That's all it is. I mean... Let me just try something here. Well, actually, you know what? I've got to wrap things up for today. You know, I'm still trying to work through my schedule and figure out how I can make more time to stream. like possibly going into the evenings on some days and doing like an hour and a half at night on some days or whatever. But I still haven't quite figured out what that schedule needs to look like yet. But that is something that is going to be happening this year as well. As I'm going to look for more opportunities to do some streaming. The chance of me doing like 3-hour streams at a time right now is like slim, unless there's something, unless something changes. But I also need to have time with my family and stuff too, unless of course like I say to my wife, hey Mrs. Dash, I know you want more time to do things on your own as well, so if you want this night and that night to do that, then I can stream from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and would that be acceptable? But we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, in the meantime, I want to thank all of you for being so dashing and joining me. I'm very quickly going to just take a look and see who is out there on Twitch right now. Yeah, who's on Twitch? Let's see who's out there. And without playing the audio, thank you. Did Twitch just like change their system now? Okay, good. Let's see who's on. Nope. Nobody I'm going to raid. I'm not going to be raiding anybody today. So in that case, I just want to say thank you for being so dashing and joining me here at the Steamworks. I've got to be dashing off to work. But I will see you tomorrow here at the Steamworks, where we have a slightly longer gameplay in Dark Souls. Maybe I'll make it tomorrow. Maybe not. But we'll see. In the meantime, have a great day, everybody.